welcome back to our channel, Doing Life with B and G. This is B.
This is G. Welcome back. It's another video, another day, another jumping into what we like calling
the scary moments.
No, I'm just playing. Today we're going to really be discussing finances and finances as a holistic thing rather than just finance, as in just the numbers and the income and the expenses. And we will talk about it in more generic terms. In later videos we'll get into specific numbers, what you should do, but in the description look out for the resources that we're going to talk about in this video. Make sure that you're just going and using all of the things that we are going to talk about. It's definitely helped us, so we hope that it helps you. We want to start finances at, let's say, relationship level first. So before we were married, actually, I definitely encouraged her, hey, let's put our finances together, and there's no difference between you being married and you not being married. However, legally, it is different.
So I felt very uncomfortable. I was like, you don't owe me. No. I just didn't feel like it was the time. It wasn't time to combine because we weren't really one. So there was no reason to mix our finances.
There are so many stories of couples that break up and then they're in a weird financial place because they just mix everything. You actually are vulnerable. And not to say there are bad people out there that are going to do that to you, and not to say that your significant other or whoever you're dating is going to do that to you. It's just to know that at the end of the day, there's a legal aspect of it, and also when you're married and when you're living together as a married couple, you're going to have a better chance to do these financial goals that you have to overcome, these financial burdens that you might have, and to accomplish these goals. So the first thing would be, don't combine your income before you're married. That's the first thing.
Just talk about it for the future. I think it's important to kind of address your income and kind of give
talk about your debt.
An idea of your debt
talk
and
about
your
debt.
income if you feel comfortable. I mean, everyone is to each own. So it's important to kind of have that communication, open communication, and kind of so that you are prepared when you get married. You know that you're gonna have some type of bank account that's under the same name, under both of your names.
And I feel like, it's perfectly okay to be open about how much you make, to be open about obviously where you work. I hope that people are open about that. But just open about your finances in general. Don't hide anything, especially when you're getting to know that person. I think even at you're a serious relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, and you just want to talk about finances, and even to get engaged, to understand that person's financial attitude, how they think about debt, how they think about how they want to teach finances. How are they a super spender where they don't care, they're impulse shoppers and they don't care about income, they'll just put it on credit cards. You want to know those things even when you're dating. It is essential that in order to be successful, that you want to be open. You want to basically be one income, essentially one entirety. And I think that's one of the hardest things for people.
Again, the first thing we learned is really communicating about our income. So we discussed our debts, we have student loans that we took out if we didn't know what we were doing. Hence that millions of Americans out there. And then we talked about how we're gonna combine our income. So that's the first thing we did after we got married.
It's gonna be hard, especially if you're someone who is very frugal or someone who is very particular about how your finances function, to combine somebody that might not be the same. I'll just encourage that person that's financially financially very focused. I would just encourage them to say, the only way you're going to teach that person that you love about finances is for them to be combined with you. And you have to get buy-in. And if you can't get buy-in, you really should kind of see how your tone is, see what they would like to have. What are their goals?
I'm not careless, but I'm like more of the spender in a relationship. But I've learned, and I've definitely like changed my perspective, because now it's not just my money, it's our money. So like every penny counts, like it's gonna affect him, you know, so you have to be like considerate of the other person, so that like everything in finances just comes down to like communication, because it does affect everything. It does affect your relationships. Don't do things, don't try to hide and do stuff behind that person's back.
And also don't open another account to like surprise the person on birthdays or whatever. Withdraw some cash and then use that to surprise them. The number 2 thing is have multiple accounts.
For different reasons, like for savings or for birthdays or for like, you know, home things. Like I think it helps us kind of become a little bit more like mindful of our spending. It helps.
If you have, let's say, Chase, Wells Fargo, whatever, as a primary account, there's so many online accounts that you guys can open. And when you have that second account, have a purpose for it. Don't just open it. The way I would say it is essentials first, which is food, water, shelter, transportation is essentials, then everything down. So once you have kind of paid for those, then you should be pulling into different accounts for different reasons. So it could be, you know, this account is for debt and like debt payments for a car, or it could be for a credit card or whatever. And I would encourage that. Now you have to really be careful, because if you don't have like a set date that you're being paid on, or a set, you know, like a set pay schedule, and your payments fluctuate, you have to be careful. So the third thing I would say is have your income for a month already in like savings,
rather than waiting for your check on Friday to come so that you can pay rent. Have it ready so that you don't have to worry that your next check is gonna go to the next month's rent.
If you're getting paid twice a month, or if you're getting paid, you know, 2 or 3 times a month, if you're on the, you know, every 2 week period or whatever, then, you know, if you're getting like, if you're putting away $200 in a year, hopefully you can start this process where you're not paying paycheck to paycheck. Now you're paying a paycheck ahead, and not worry that, you know, my work messed up on the check and now I have to wait a week or wait whatever to the next period to get my check. So you're giving yourself some buffer, and with that, I would say you need an emergency fund. At least $1,000. And put that away somewhere where you guys just don't know where it is. I have been a member of Simple Bank, which is
sponsored by them.
We're not sponsored by anything, but you know, if you're thinking about it, I'm just saying. But Simple Bank, awesome bank, very easy to use, and they're huge on like savings and like growing your income and everything. Very simple to use. That's why their name is Simple. They send you a card. It's easy to transfer money back and forth from your bank account. I would really encourage people having a Simple account. Chime is a new one which I've started using as well. And those two I would say are the top online banks. Now these are just checking accounts. With Simple you can go to CVS, and you can go to like they have like this they have this ATM group that they're a part of. So I think any US banks or whatever, you don't get charged. It's just like going to a Simple ATM, which doesn't exist. The fourth, I don't know what I'm on, but I think it's the fourth one, would be money management. And it's so important. You guys need to sit down and find out where all your debt is, where all your money is, all your income, however you get it. So you guys need to really know. And this doesn't have to be just for married couples. for someone who's single,
Yeah.
you need to sit down and you need to track. And when I say track, you don't even have to make it fancy.
Yeah.
I'll put a link in the description of a Excel template that I use or we use for, I guess, tracking across months and basically different categories. But you need to know what you're paying for. So just go through your statement. What I did the first time is we went through our statement. We just went, okay, first line, what is it? Oh, we paid the water bill. Oh, okay, how much is the water bill? I just kind of look through a couple more statements. I see it's averaging around, let's say, $100. Then I say, okay, $100. That's kind of like the average that I'm going to be paying for this water bill. And then electricity, and then you can say gas. If you fill up your gas for $50, let's say, or $25 for a tank, 25 times 4, you got $100 there, and that's how much you should probably be allocating for gas.
Just kind of having that mentality and just being really structured and having discipline. Like, you have to be disciplined when it comes to finances.
You cannot drop the ball on your finances. At least once a month, try to go in, look around. There's two great services. Even if you don't agree with Dave Ramsey and his plans and his methods, I would say his app, every dollar, is free. Number one, to have an app that will help you like categorize and budget, that is awesome. It's completely free. Completely free.
Pretty good.
It's really good. And another one that we use that we both love.
Yeah, Prism.
Honestly, it is 100%.
You're watching
best.
Prism. I'm kidding.
Yes, Prism. I am a huge advocate for Prism.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Even I like it.
Yeah. Even she likes it. It is awesome money management. So number one, it allows you to freely pay for things. So for example, I use Prism to pay for credit cards payments. I use Prism to pay for different payments. T-Mobile is the phone service that we have, so I use that to pay for it. It is awesome. It is so fast that it pays within 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you can make a payment to whatever. And so I would encourage you to get Prism, to get a hold of, once you have written down everything, get Prism, put it in Prism, and then now you can kind of track, your bank account in there, number one, and you can see when these bills are due. When she opens Prism, she already knows what's going on. She knows what day we're on. Do we have a bill due today? And then it
tells you, like, if you have loans, it tells you like how much
exactly
it's in, how much loans you have. And like your car loan, your student loans, whatever loan you have.
It shows your balances.
It shows your balance.
It shows your balances. It shows your balances of your credit card. It shows your car loan balances. You're able to connect to all your banks that you're using. You're able to pay from different banks. When you set like an automatic transaction, it knows. It's so smart that it knows you've set an automatic transaction, so it won't say you can pay for it. It'll say this already has an automatic payment attached to it. But awesome app. Even if you're not going to get every dollar, I will 100%, 1000% recommend Prism. Ultimately, money is crossing marriage. It's crossing, obviously, finance. It's also crossing your lifestyle, spending, things like that. Make sure you budget so that you have the authorization by yourself and by your spouse to spend.
Yeah, it's not easy, but you just gotta learn and teach yourself and use the resources that you have available. We really overlook the importance of like budgeting, finances, just being debt free. And especially if you haven't had that I guess like that person to teach you about budgeting and to teach you about finances. It can be hard, and it can be more difficult because you're like we're starting from zero. Like we didn't know that this is how you have to do it. But I mean, it's great. We're learning, and I think you just gotta find what works for you. doesn't mean what works for us works for you. So you just gotta find what works for you.
When you see people being successful, I mean, not necessarily having successful careers or anything like that, but being successful in an area where you feel like you can improve, I would take a lot of the meat that they have from the way they do it. The fifth point, it crosses faith, and for us, it's very big and very important. Now, you might think that it has nothing to do with faith, but how we spend our money, how we're going about talking to people about money, talking to each other about money, doing all of these things. There's a reason and a purpose for all of the things we do. So if we're just running around spending and not worrying about how we're actually spending our money, you see what's important to you. If you're not like improving your life and your family's life, you're wasting your gifts. And so it crosses faith in different areas. It can be debt, it can be just even your family. So I would say, really look at the values, the value system you hold when it comes to money, but at the same time know that money fights, money issues are the number one cause of divorce. So overall, we just want to encourage you guys to think very deeply about your finances and think about how you guys are coming together with your finances, and be very strategic about it and be very open about it.
Whatever stage you are, whether you're single, married, whatever stage you're at, just kind of be aware of your finances. Make sure you communicate with one another. Make sure you express your intentions and your goals for the future. We can easily be so focused on what's now, and we just want, but we have to really think of the big picture. Have to come to that point. And so just hopefully you've learned something. These are some things that we have learned, and again, we're still learning. So there's so much to learn, and we just wanted to share a piece of what we've learned.
We just want to say, we'll leave all of the helpful resources that we use on a daily basis or on a monthly basis in the description. If you guys have any comments on on what we've said about money and marriage and overall like life with your finances, comment below and let us know. Let's hear healthy discussion about how you feel about whether we should combine incomes before marriage or after marriage, and we could talk about that more.
Definitely. It's just a safe space. So make sure you do comment below for any questions, suggestions, any helpful tips that you have that we haven't mentioned. Please feel free.
So we hope this video has been helpful, resourceful, and please please subscribe below. Click that bell so that you don't miss anything. If you feel like someone needs this, please share it with them. And we just want to say, stay encouraged, you guys.
Bye.
Whoa.